Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Izzat bin Jamaluddin, and today our group want to present both of our article 1 and 2 that we used to study in this our GIS group assignment. So our first article, which is the GIS based tourism decision support system for Langkawi Island, Kedah, Malaysia. Our team for the first article include myself, Muhammad Izzat bin Jamaluddin, Antonio Kayun, and Muhammad Fikri Amri. Okay, so we start with our first article. The name of the authors is Tarmiji Masron, Badruddin Muhammad, and Azizan Marzuki. The title of this first article is JS-based tourism decision support system for Langkawi Island, Kedah, Malaysia, and it was published on May 2015. The objective of the study conducted is to discuss the importance of development of tourism decision support system (TDSS) and the development of internet-based GIS for Langkawi tourism. The study also aims to focus on GIS Special Decision Support System (SDSS) application that integrates GIS function. And lastly, this study is focused on SDSS design with user-friendly graphic user interfaces in helping visitors of the Langkawi Island to choose and plan their activities more effectively according to their personal preference and constraints. The analysis of this research article is JS helps in frameworking approaches to achieving sustainable tourism development. The first phase of GIS application process in existing tourism management is inventory, gathers the interest information. The second phase, analysis, scrutinizes the information gathered. And the third phase, management, involves transferring data to a decision support system. In addition, GIS can be a technology to be used to identify and monitor indicators and these three types, namely by offering information, which is the tourism resources map, utilization map, and the tourism capability map. These GIS data are then used in the three-stage decision-making process. The first stage is intelligence, by focuses on identifying potential and problems. The second phase, design, while the third stage is choices, which is the concentrates on evaluating and ranking the identified alternative. The other powerful aspect of GIS is flexibility in modeling special objects to suit the particular needs of the user or application. While lastly, the analysis show the evaluation results are then displayed in both map and tabular forms for users to make their final decisions. Thank you.
Theory. GIS is any system being used to store and process data referring to the Earth's surface. This is the one of the theory. The geographical information system is a system designed to capture, to analyze, manage, and present all of geographical data. The keyword of the theory is geography, which grew and the expansion of the future influenced by the internet development starting in 1990. People and method are combined with geospatial software and tool to enable spatial analyze, manage large dataset, and display information in a map. GIS. That is particular development for the management purpose as well as to study the spatial phenomena. GIS is employed for the developing, storing, managing, analyzing, and visual the expanse amount of the spatial and non-spatial data. The database component provide the data required by either web client and serve to generate a web document or GIS serve to produce a map. Implemented using commercial software is easier and cheapest compared to open source software. The WebGIS template is already available and already require little work and add menu and functionality. TORIS is a complex host TORS interaction that can be broadly encapsulated into mesh and alternative TORIS, which can be further categorized into international and national base. The tourist industry stimulates the developing countries' economic growth by means of the revenue distribution. Malaysia particularly has recognized tourism as one of economic development pillars since 1990. GIS enabled to use to explore a number of data resources on a subject like location, which is in return. As a result, GIS offer insight on a particular location current spatial trend where this information will then employed by tourism personnel for management and planning purpose.
Next is method of this study. Data collection method, which is primary data, and data analysis method, which is comparative method. In this study, first is Special Decision Support System and Tourism. Special Decision Support System (SDSS) is an interactive computer-based system designed for the purpose of problem solving, generating solution, in relation to process spatial decision making. The technology consists of core data management, usually GIS, and is augmented with an analysis module. SDSS allow users to determine their decision. SDSS then uses this data to create and recommend route that meet user specific criteria. GIS-based SDSS become a logical choice for develop application that can help user plan their recreation activity. Next is GIS-based tourism decision spot system. The tourism decision spot system (TDSS) consists of the tourism database, GIS serve, web clean, and desktop GIS application. Langkawi Island Web GIS developed. The Tourism Decision Support System (TDSS) is accessible via Web GIS, which provide a user-friendly graphic user interface (GUI) and easy access to the system via the internet. The GUI consists of a large map with a list of layers, a menu bar, navigation control, and a slide zoom. TDSS can be implemented either using commercial GIS software or using free of source software. Okay, last is future recommendation. GIS application offer function include visualizing complex relationship of spatial component, auditing environment condition, examine the suitability of location for the proposed development, identify conflict interest, and model relationship. With the addition of efficient consistent management of spatial data, GIS application can be improved and future enhanced over time.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. The second presentation will be conducted by me, Nur Huda, Muhammad Nazan, and Muhammad Kalish. So this article called Geographic Information System Procedure for Conducting Rural Land Market Research. This article was written by Lonnie Van de Veer, Gary Kennedy, Stephen Henning, Chun Xiao Li, and Ming Dai in 1998. The objective of this paper is to show how GIS processes can be utilized to gain a better understanding of the spatial aspects of rural land markets. Based on our analysis, we can see the few studies have employed GIS methodologies in the spatial analysis of rural land value data. Previous study has identified variance in regional real estate markets and demonstrated the importance of locational and economic development elements in rural property markets. Other GIS processes such as land value contour estimate give data on the distribution of land values across the research region as well as information that can be used to identify rural land submarkets. The discussions rather to provide examples of how GIS data can be utilized to add more detailed rural land value modeling efforts that follow in the next stage of a research project. So in general, GIS method provides computer estimated data which allows for more freedom in defining contour widths and overlaying with other data, as opposed to early contour estimation that was done without the use of GIS mapping. That's all from me. Thank you.
In this article, Geographic Information System (GIS) is dependent variable that aims to explore the spatial distribution of rural land values in Louisiana. Rural land values as an independent variable. GIS is defined as organized collection of computer hardware, software, geographic and personal data designed to efficiently capture, store, update, manipulate, analyze, and display all forms of geographical reference information. This article uses basic ARC info data model. This model can be used to describe abstract geographical features in point, line, and areas whose attributes are stored in relational tables. Unimportant features of GIS and ARC info model is the ability to override data for analysis.
Okay, next we go to methodology section. Research methodology is the specific procedures or technique used to identify, to select, process and analyze information about a topic. In this paper, the authors elaborated the procedures during the research was done very well. And they also have mentioned about how previous study collected their data and interpret it in their study. Moving on to the findings section. Findings usually refers to the totality of outcome rather than the conclusion or recommendations drawn from them. In this paper, the finding was presented in a good way. They used figures and tables to present the result, and also they used the map legend and they further explain it in the writings. In the conclusion section, there was no any future recommendation mentioned by the authors clearly. They only mentioned about the GIS procedure should not be viewed as a competitive or substitute methodology, but as a complementary method for current research paper. Recommendations should directly respond to key findings arrived at through data collection and analysis. A process of prioritization is essential to narrowing down the findings, and once this is done, recommendations should be developed that align with the most important findings. That's all from us. Thank you.